Michael from ReleaseWorks, where we help you get a body that feels great. Welcome to our self-care series. Join us in feeling better at home.
So the first thing we're going to do is place just a folded sheet behind your upper back. If you go ahead and lay back over that and leave your arms wherever they are comfortable. They can stay right where they are. Feel the difference, how it feels if you put your hands down on the floor. And then also the difference is you start to sweep your arms up overhead like you're a snow angel, like you're making a snow angel. Feeling that where it starts to have a little bit of a stretch. So come back down to where you feel just the beginning of a stretch. And that's where you let your arms rest there. Opening through the chest. The next progression, we're going to take something a little bit thicker, a folded blanket. Same thing, go ahead and lay back over that. Piece it up a bit. I'm just going to shift it just a little bit down. Go ahead and lay back over that. And again, let your shoulders find somewhere comfortable. And then sweep them up until you feel just the beginning of a stretch through your chest or shoulders. And let your body rest there comfortably for 5 to 10 minutes. You might feel this tightness through the abdomen, through the front of the chest, through the shoulders, through the arms. You want to find a place where your body can soften and sink and melt with that little bit of a lift under your back. This isn't working at stretching out anything. It's just extending over a blanket, letting the body open. Next progression, we're going to take a pillow. Again, same thing. We're going to start with that pillow horizontal. Go ahead and lay back over that pillow. Again, find somewhere comfortable for your arms. When you're really tight through the shoulders or through the chest, it can be a little difficult or uncomfortable finding a place for the shoulders to relax over the top of the pillow. You don't want to feel like you're clenching or bracing in your low back or in your shoulders trying to hold anything in place. And after a few days doing this, as the shoulders gain some space to move, you'll be able to sweep them overhead even a little bit more, like you're extending your arms straight overhead. Again, this will be after a few days, maybe several days, as you've been opening through the chest. So a lot of times when people extend and start to open over a pillow, they will stretch long. They will stretch and then just let their shoulders drop and settle where they're comfortable, letting the body open through the ribs and the chest and the sternum. Another variation of extending over the pillow is to put the pillow lengthwise. Gives you a little bit different cushion through the whole length of the spine. Again, you can stretch long if your shoulders allow that and let them soften down. Or you might find it's more comfortable for your arms and shoulders to come back down by your sides. You're looking for somewhere that is easy for your body to unclench and embrace. So you might need to explore where your arm position is, and it will likely change over the course of several days, opening through the chest and the front of the body. After a time, again after several days as you've been doing this, you'll need a little bit more extension. That's where you can fold your pillow in half. And then again, place it low down under the back and go ahead and lay back over that. These are all variations of extension, opening through the chest, the ribs, the diaphragm, the shoulders. You want to find a place where your body can settle. If you pull that pillow higher up, under more of the upper back, you'll get a little bit different extension. You want to be very mindful of any clenching in the low back. If you have a lot of tightness in the neck, this might be too much extension originally for you. Again, this is progression of extension through the ribs, the shoulders, the chest. Again, find the level that is comfortable for your arms. When you've worked through those layers of extension, you might be ready for more of a roll of some form under your back. We're going to take the blanket that we folded earlier and roll it into a roll and place that vertically under the back. You want to scooch it just a little so your butt's right on the bottom of that blanket, and then lay the length of your spine over that roll. This works a little differently through the arms and shoulders. Your head might be supported on that blanket depending on the width or length of it. Again, allow the chest and shoulders to soften and open. Find the place where they are comfortable to start. Over the course of a few days, a week or so, you will find as you initially lay down, you don't feel much of a stretch in this original position, and you'll want to start to sweep your arms overhead until you find the next edge of a stretch, and then relax and soften there. In any of these extensions, you'll want to spend a minimum of 3 to 5 minutes, longer if you have time, allowing the body to settle, soften, lengthen, open through the chest, the shoulders, the ribs, the sternum. Allowing the low back to unclench and soften. Not a lot of thought or effort here, just allowing the body to change gradually. Another variation of that rolled blanket is to place it horizontally, about the level of the shoulder blades or bra strap to start. Go ahead and lay back over that. And the shoulders should rest over the top of the blanket, so you might have to shift up or down just a little bit to get that roll right under the shoulder blades, so the tops of the shoulders can rest down onto the floor. You can extend your arms overhead or out to the side, depending on what is showing up in your body, your shoulders or your neck. Again, pay attention to any clenching in the low back. Allow the body to soften and settle here. And the final progression of this is to use an actual foam roller. We're not going to roll anything out, but just like the blanket roll, you're going to want to scooch until your bottom is on the end of the roller, and then again extend your spine down over the length of the roller. Your legs will provide support and stability. You'll want to take them as wide apart as you need to not feel like you're holding yourself onto this roller. This progression is when you have worked through all of the other progressions to the point that you are not bracing or clenching. Foam rollers can be quite intense. You have quite a bit more space for the shoulder to drop open over the edge of the foam roller. If you feel like you're holding, bracing, fighting, resisting, you need to back off and go back to a rolled blanket. You can also pad your roller if it tends to be very firm by laying a blanket over the roller.